Hey, it's Lauren with the latest rock news. It's official. Dream Theater have officially reunited with their longtime and legendary drummer, Mike Portnoy. After having parted ways with the prog metal icons in 2011, Portnoy returns to the drum throne, restoring the lineup that is also comprised of singer James Labrie, guitarist John Petrucci, bassist John Myung, and keyboardist Jordan Rudess. Together, this lineup recorded 6 albums, including the all-time prog metal triumph Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. It also means the end of Mike Mangini's time in the group. After a very public audition process, Dream Theater selected Mangini as Portnoy's successor in 2011. He quit his job at Berklee College of Music in Boston to join the band, having previously played in Annihilator and Extreme, and was also part of Steve Vai's live band, as well as having played on Labrie's first solo album in 2005. During his dozen years in Dream Theater, Mangini played on 5 studio albums, exactly 1/3 of the band's studio output, leaving an impressive legacy of his own. Portnoy, meanwhile, kept incredibly busy, putting out so many albums and launching new bands such as the Winery Dogs, Sons of Apollo, and Adrenaline Mob. He linked back up with his Dream Theater bandmates by way of Liquid Tension Experiment's 2021 album, Liquid Tension Experiment 3, and John Petrucci's 2020 solo album, Terminal Velocity. Each member expressed their thoughts and feelings on saying goodbye to Mangini while welcoming Portnoy back to Dream Theater in posts on social media. "We are thrilled to announce the return of drummer Mike Portnoy to Dream Theater," the band wrote on their official account. "We will be going into the studio to begin working on our 16th studio album and the first with Mike Portnoy since 2009's Black Clouds and Silver Linings." Mike Mangini offered an understanding statement on the situation. "I understand Dream Theater's decision to get Mike Portnoy back at this time. As was said from day one, my place was not to fill all the roles that Mike held in the band. I was to play drums in order to help the band carry on," he humbly stated. "My main role of keeping our live show working tightly on a nightly basis was an intense and rewarding experience." Deeply appreciative of his time in the band, he continued, "Thankfully, I got to experience playing music with these iconic musicians as well as some fun times laced with humor. I also really enjoyed spending lots of time with the crew. And then there's the Grammy win, which was amazingly satisfying," he continued, referring to their Best Metal Performance win at the 64th Grammy Awards in 2022 with the song The Alien. Bidding farewell, Mangini concluded, "To the fans, thank you so much for being amazing to me. I cherish the pictures I have of you all losing your minds and having fun. Finally, I really love the band, crew, and management, and wish them and the entire organization all the best." Mike Mangini's drumming is otherworldly, and I'm extremely grateful for the time he spent with us in Dream Theater, John Petrucci said. "I'm very proud of all the amazing music we made together that culminated in our first Grammy win last year and the countless magical moments that we've shared on stage over the past 13 years. I wish him all the best of success in his future musical endeavors." The guitarist went on, "I'm incredibly excited to welcome Mike Portnoy back into Dream Theater. As an original founding member, longtime friend, and incredibly talented and creative drummer, I know that his return will bring a renewed spirit, passion, and energy into Dream Theater that all of us, including our fans, will joyfully welcome. I can't wait to roll up our sleeves and get back into the studio together." "It's great to be back true to form with our original drummer Mike Portnoy," enthused bassist John Myung. "We started playing together as Majesty almost 40 years ago, and I am excited to see what this next phase of Dream Theater creates for the future. I wish nothing but the best for Mike Mangini for all the blood, sweat, and tears he put into Dream Theater during his 13-year tenure with the band." Having Mike Mangini with us all these years has been, quite simply, a terrific ride. He's one of the most amazing and naturally gifted drummers I have had the pleasure of working with. Thank you, Mike," James Labrie shared. "Life is a very strange ride," the singer mused, "and I guess that's what makes it all the more interesting and forever engaging. Having Mike Portnoy back in the band is exactly where we and things should be. Things have a way of going full circle, and in this case, it makes perfect sense. I am excited with the prospects of this classic Dream Theater lineup being reunited. I can say with absolute confidence this will be the final incarnation of Dream Theater with many chapters still to be written well into our future. Onward and upward, guys. Welcome back, Mike Portnoy," Labrie said, looking ahead. Mike Mangini is one of the most exceptional drummers on earth, and I feel privileged that we got to create a whole body of work with him. I will always be grateful for the time we shared in the Dream Theater universe," Jordan Rudess said with appreciation. "We are so excited to reunite the core Dream Theater family. There's a resonance of spirit and vision that is unique and goes beyond words within our relationship with Mike Portnoy. On the stage and off, there's no denying the magic that happens when we're together. I am thankful that we have the opportunity to work together again as Dream Theater, and I'm looking forward to sharing our excitement and passion with our amazing fans for a long time to come. Glad to be back after more than a decade away. Portnoy beamed. I'm overwhelmed with joy to be returning home and reuniting with my brothers. There's so much shared history between us all, so many memories, so much music. To think we're coming up on 40 years since this journey began. The idea of creating new music together is so exciting, and I absolutely cannot wait to hit the road and get to play live for a whole new generation of fans that weren't ever able to see this lineup before. There's no place like home. This has been one of the most in-demand reunions in rock and metal in recent years, and fans have been looking forward to it after years of speculating when it would finally happen. Alas, many of them are rejoicing over Portnoy's return, while also celebrating the work that Mangini did with the band. This is huge news, one fan wrote on social media. Even though I can say that the Mangini era had some really great material, Dramatic Turn, Distance, and Top of the World, there was a charm that the Portnoy era had. I hope they haven't lost their touch with him back. I hope the new album is great. Another fan, on the other hand, wrote, I feel for Mangini. I really liked what he contributed to the band, especially a dramatic turn of events and distance over time. But it's fucking Mike Portnoy. Others seemed in disbelief over the news, but in general, everyone appears to be ecstatic. Welcome back, Mike Portnoy, and thank you, Mike Mangini, for so admirably holding it down with these prog legends for over a decade. To celebrate the news, here are some highlights we've had with the members of Dream Theater over the years. And for more on this story, head over to loudwire.com.
I'm going to start off with, in 1994, I put out Dream Theater's Awake album, and the album began with a drum fill for the song 6 O'Clock. So here we go, 6 O'Clock.
You decided to quit when your attempts to stay up late were unsuccessful.
They were, and I honestly hated it. And I had this like guitar that was really hard to play.
Okay.
It might have been like that Hello Kitty one.
Was the action super high or something?
Action was super high. The guy, bless his heart, this older man came in with a pitch pipe and a Mel Bay book, and I'm playing like Mary Had a Little. Like I hated it.
Yeah, that's no fun.
And I was like, this sucks. I'm not doing this.
It said that you picked up the guitar again at 12.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, and you committed yourself to practicing 6 hours a day when you discovered how much you really loved the guitar.
I did start when I was 12. I met John Mayung shortly thereafter. We met in middle school, and he was just like me, just obsessed with bass, And we made this pact where we had to practice 6 hours a day.
There were definitely certain things that were my very favorite things to do, and they were kind of like different styles. One was a kind of comping style that I could do like a Beatles song in. So like Let It Be was one of them.
It's the very first thing you heard was Good Times, Bad Times. Cowbell's down here. So that was the very first drum thing you heard from the very first Zeppelin album, but then the list goes on and on and on. You had rock and roll. You had the crunge. Which is also De La Soul, 3 is a magic number. And then you had, speaking of rappers sampling John Bonham, the very, very opening to the first Beastie Boys album starts with John Bonham's drums. It's, of course, When the Levee Breaks, but it starts with a